Sir, yes, sir. Hello and welcome to the NASCAR Heat 5 Pro Series Race Hub. Today I have Kaulig Racing, drivers Mr. Slidejob, and also That's a Hot One. How y'all doing? Doing well, doing well.
I'm doing good.
Audio included for
There
both
we
of you?
go. Let me
Yep.
make sure mine's in. Yeah, there we go. I hear everybody.
So, well, y'all had a really good race at New Hampshire. Definitely got some much needed points. Um, Do you think that y'all are gonna do good at the next racetrack, or why is my hold on, my Heat 5 is frozen. Um, do you guys think that going into Road America, y'all have some momentum and y'all can grow from that, or
I think
what's the deal?
I think this sport is momentum based like most sports. So I personally think that we finally hit a groove to where we can continue the type of performance we had last week. I know we put a lot of work in New Hampshire because we really needed to. The first first two races really didn't go that well for us. I know we kind of made a little bit of progress at Bristol Dirt, but weren't completely happy with where we were. So we needed a big rebound, and I think since we're both pretty proficient at road courses, I don't see Road America being any different.
Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha. So well, I'm just gonna jump right into it. We're gonna start with That's a Hot One. I actually found you racing in it to win it.
Yep.
So and then you actually were teammates in there with one of my buddies using a shotgun.
Yep.
And you two, I I know that you two did good last season. I'm not sure where the result was, but where are you from, man?
I'm from Simi Valley, California.
California. Gotcha. Okay. You said where in California?
Simi Valley.
Okay. Where's that near? Sacramento, Los Angeles?
It's near Los Angeles, about 40 minutes away.
Okay, that's cool. So, so it's literally like 5:30 there right now.
Yep. 5:31.
Wow. So, I'll just ask you a question, right? Because I've never asked anyone this question. For us East Coast drivers, we're usually sitting down the race around 9 o'clock, something like that.
Hmm.
How do you guys balance it with family and just
Yeah.
all the regular
It's tough.
daily life?
It's tough because it's kind of early and I'm in college, so I do get busy sometimes around the afternoon,
Yeah,
going into the evening, but I just try to clear my schedule on the race days, to be honest, and it's worked out pretty well.
gotcha. So you're in college, so you don't have the wife and kids yet. So
Nah,
right
not
now you
yet.
can kind of still do the racing.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, that's cool, dude.
Mhm.
So all right, Mr. Slyjob, where are you from, sir?
So I'm originally from a small farm town in southwestern New York. If anybody's familiar with Hudson Valley,
So
New
you're a
York.
Yankee.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Not by sport, but by
Gotcha.
region.
Gotcha. Understand. Okay. So
Says the
you
guy
moved
that's
to
from
Connecticut when?
Pennsylvania.
I'm from Ocean City, New Jersey.
Okay, close
Shout
enough.
out Red Raiders. So, um, yeah. So, okay. And when did you move to Connecticut?
So I moved to Connecticut about 3 years ago. So I lived in New York pretty much most of my life and ended up going to college in upstate New York. And then after graduating, I moved out to Connecticut for a job.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay. And we'll just keep it right with Slide Job, and then we'll go back to Hot One. And how long have you been league racing?
So I've been league racing competitively for 5 years now. I played most NASCAR games growing up, starting with like NASCAR 98 on the PS1, and always just played single player or split screen with friends or family. And one day, I believe it was, yeah, it was towards the end of Heat 3. I picked it up, decided to play multiplayer for the first time, and after doing that for a little bit, I was recruited to a small league, and one thing led to another. And this community is big but small enough to where you end up meeting people and joining other leagues. And yeah, so it's been since it was the summer of 2019. So it's been
Yeah.
almost five. It'll be 5 years this summer.
Same for me. That was actually the Heat 4 came out the week my son was born. So I remember playing that, playing Heat 3, and then literally I got Heat 4, and I actually had to wait to play it because he was born. And one day I came home just to grab a change of clothes, and while my son was still in the hospital and stuff, and you know, I ended up sitting there for a good 2 hours.
How dare
So
how dare he be born and interrupt your video games, right?
right. So all right, we'll go right to that's a hot one. How long have you been league racing, man?
Not for that long to be honest. I've been playing NASCAR for a long time. Just like Slide said, doing single player, career mode, all that stuff. And about like a year and a half ago, I started to league race. Nothing too crazy, just a couple buddies of mine. We started a league and got racing online. And like a year ago, I met Deeds and them. That's how I got in it to win it. And that's usually been my main league, but now I joined this, and it's winning. This is my main leagues now. So
I gotcha. I gotcha. So, with you being from California, I gotta ask: are you a fan of my favorite driver, Kyle Larson, or no?
I'm a fan of Alex Bowman, actually.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
So
why
this
that's
is
why we
like
get along.
this is love at first sight right here.
Oh,
For anyone who doesn't know, Mr. Slidejob's favorite driver is Alex Bowman. Also, YouTube might be the only Alex Bowman fans I have ever met. So,
well,
but
you haven't looked around too often because they're out there. I I go to the
no, no,
racetrack every
I'm
year and see them.
I'm usually at dirt races. So I find a lot of Kyle Larson. Uh,
Well, Alex has
number
been doing
five
some.
fans.
I mean,
I don't really consider them 42 fans.
if
So
you go to the Chili Bowl, he's definitely been a big presence over the last 5 years, and he dabbled in some sprint cars over the last couple of years. So hey,
um, yeah, I mean, take the high road. I wouldn't really consider a 25th place finish in the Chili Bowl competitive, but to each his own.
well, I mean, he
All
had one
right,
of
so
his
moving
drivers
on.
finish in top 10 in the A main. So
So y'all are both Bowman fans. So I gotta ask, how is the chemistry going right now? Um, have y'all been practicing together or?
yeah, I
yeah,
think.
we
Okay.
we've been practicing for every race, and I think we showed our full potential last week. Everything went well. No situations happened like lag or a wreck that screwed one of us over, and we qualified up front, or we qualified relatively up front. I've qualified on the pole. I don't know where Slide qualified, but we kept track position, and he had a hell of a setup. I'm gonna be honest, and it really really helped the speed of my car, and yeah, I feel like that should be the goal every week is to win and be up there.
Yeah, I think he said a lot of it. We have been practicing every week together, and I think this season has shown us so far that when we lose badly, we lose together, and when we win together. So either way, we've been sticking to each other and working well. I think, we've worked as well as anybody on track together, letting each other in and taking care of each other and working together on setups. I feel like because I have a little bit more league experience, I come with a little bit more setup knowledge, and he's got a lot of natural speed and talent. So I think that we kind of mesh together on that front, and like I said, we said before, we've got a lot of similarities, whether it be favorite driver, driving style, the way we approach racetracks and races in general. Um, right off the bat, we talk a lot of strategy. It's not always just about, who can get a faster lap or, who's got the best pace, but, we start right from, day one on Monday, what kind of strategy we're looking at for the race. So, I would say the chemistry has been as good as it can be from the beginning.
Gotcha. All right. And so, Slide, we'll keep it here with you. What are your favorite tracks as a East Coast New Englander? Is New Hampshire up there? Or also talk about the tracks you've been to, and the same for you. That's a hot one.
Yeah, so as a classic New Englander, I guess I fall into the stereotype, which I didn't even realize until I moved out here. I'm a big, short, flat track guy. So tracks like Martinsville, Loudon, Phoenix, even though people, make it a little, think it's a little bit bigger. Um, Gateway, those are kind of tracks in my wheelhouse. Even Richmond, even though it's banked, those type of tracks with a lot of tire wear, a lot of fall off. That's just my wheelhouse. I feel like I'm pretty good at keeping the tires on the car and maintaining long run speed and being consistent. So those are the type of tracks I like. What I don't like is anything to do with draft. So plate tracks and giant 2 miles like Auto Club and Michigan and things like that
Like I know.
drive me nuts. Yeah, I can't stand it because it just feels like sometimes no matter how much speed you have in your car, it doesn't matter. Like people can just draft up on you and dive bomb you and kill everything. So that's kind of how I feel about those. But as far as tracks I've been to 10 different ones, 9 of which are on the East Coast. I'm working my way through all of the tracks east of the Mississippi, so I've pretty much been to most in that region, minus like Wilkesboro, Nashville, and the Florida tracks, and and things like Dega and Michigan. But most of the big ones on the East Coast, minus the one outlier for me is last year I went out to Auto Club to see the last race because it was the end, and I wanted to see it before it went away. So yeah, that's what I've done.
Gotcha. All right, and you hot one?
The tracks I'm a fan of, I like the technical ones, like the short tracks, like Darlington, Richmond, New Hampshire. I just feel like I don't I don't really make much mistakes on those types of tracks. I feel like that gives me an advantage, and I like trying to be perfect, and like I don't like the draft tracks either. I hate plate racing. Auto Club's fine. There's some there's some good racing that can be had there, but like he said, a stupid dive bomb will end everything. So, and the tracks I've been to, I've only been to one, but we going 7 years straight. It's Auto Club. It's just local before it ended. Um,
Gotcha. So you is Vegas on your list or?
I'd like to go to more. I haven't got the chance because just started college, but I'm sure in the future I'll be able to go to more races.
Gotcha, gotcha. All right. So moving right along. With this being 4 races in, Slide, I know how you feel about it, and I know how our viewers know how you feel about it because you're the league owner. But this question's really for Hot One. Um, with this being your first 4 races with the Pro Series, how have you liked it? Has it met your expectations?
I enjoy it. It's really fun. There's a lot of stout competition. That's what I look for in league. So it's definitely met the expectations.
Gotcha.
Yeah, as a commissioner, I think it's gone honestly better than I thought, or on par at minimum. I think the competition definitely brought it, and the drivers have been really responding well to the tracks we picked, and been putting on a great show. I've watched every broadcast back and just am amazed at the skill level of everybody in the league from front to back. I mean, when you get into any of these races, I mean, whether you're 14th or 5th, there's going to be a battle going on, and you're going to have to earn every spot. I think somebody said it best. I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was Sean for Life last week at New Hampshire said, I've never raced so hard for 7th in my life. And I think that perfectly describes this league, is that you have to earn everything, and I definitely felt it last week too when I was battling with basically Team Trackhouse the entire race. It was very hard to keep track position and take spots. So we had a great battle, but that's just been the whole season.
Yeah. So, and now that you brought up Trackhouse, we're just gonna look at the team standings here. They're still first place, but you guys really jumped. You all had a really good race at New Hampshire, and y'all jumped from sixth to fourth in team points. And now y'all are only about 41 points behind. So y'all put yourself in striking distance of Team Trackhouse.
Yeah, definitely. This week helped us in many ways, not just from like a team morale perspective, but also it definitely helped us because, like I said, the first couple of races definitely didn't show, what we were capable of, whether it was lag or whether it was, incidents on the track. And I felt like New Hampshire was the first real big step in the right direction. Yeah, I think it's going to be, this is my humble opinion, I would say, is that I think we are probably the biggest threat to Trackhouse. I know we haven't shown it in the first 3 races, but I think if anything, last week showed is that, I think as a team together, not one particular driver over another, but as a team, I think we might be the strongest competitor. Does Hendrick and does Penske have a driver that might be better than one of us individually? Probably. But as a unit, I think we're the biggest competition they have.
Absolutely. I mean, y'all are both in the top 8 in points also. So for driver standings, so Slide, you're in 5th, and Hot One, you're in 7th. So definitely, you're both in striking distance.
Yeah, it's going to be a long season. It's going to be a grudge match, especially in the playoffs. I think if you think the intensity has been high in round 4. I can't wait to see what the playoffs brings, because the playoffs is going to, really amplify things. So
Gotcha.
I'm excited for it.
Absolutely.
Inferno, did we lose you?
Yeah, I lost. Hold on, I got 'em. All right, and so hot one. The schedule going forward. Are there any races that you're looking forward to?
Let me pull it up real quick. I'm looking forward to Richmond, Dover, Darlington, definitely. Like the technical tracks, like I said, I really strive at those tracks.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, Richmond is a really technical track, especially if you're not on top of things. That leader can lap you pretty quick. So,
Right.
I mean, I'm sure you would be the leader. So, you
Hmm.
know, you're better than I am. So, all right. So, and Slide. How about you?
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, New Hampshire was definitely one of the ones I was looking forward to. So, glad that we got to that one. But yeah, I think that's how similar me and Hot One are, is that a lot of the tracks you just mentioned, I agree. Like Richmond and Dover, really excited for. I would add Martinsville to the list. That's always one I enjoy. Darlington, 100%. I love that one. And, if this were Gen 2020 or Gen 6 car, I wouldn't have said this track, but based on what I've seen so far with this next gen, I'm gonna say Phoenix. That's been really good to me with this car. I feel like I found something in that car that has made me pretty competitive there. So yeah, looking forward to that one.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. And so, hot one. You said that you're in. You started college. What's your major?
My major, I'm doing business right now.
Awesome. Awesome. That was my first major, and then I just said, you know what, college ain't for me. But
Yep.
so. But all right. Well, that is pretty much everything that I got to ask y'all. Is there any questions y'all got for me? Any bold predictions y'all got for the year?
Yeah, I
Um.
got two bold predictions.
Okay.
First bold prediction, uh, Team Kaulig wins the team championship this season. And second bold prediction, I'm not going to tell you who, but one of the Kaulig drivers wins the drivers' championship.
I agree.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I'll even go as far as to say I feel Kaulig's going to have quite a few wins this season.
Gotcha. Well, we definitely look forward to talking to both of you. Not only as hard chargers, but we would like to get Slide. I'd like you to get a win. And now all the
You and
pressure's
me
on
both.
you. The pressure is on you, dude.
Oh, I know.
Like, you know, and I told Hot One before, Slide and I are friends outside of racing, so I told him draft this guy. I've seen what he can do, and he showed up and won a race. So now the ball's in your court, Slide.
Yeah, you'd expect the veteran to be the one to get the win first, but you know, uh, if anything, uh, I feel like, with my experience, it's gonna come down to, some guys are gonna get some early wins, right off the bat. But I feel like not even just myself, because I feel like my buddy Irish is in the same spot. where we're both on teams where the newer, younger, less experienced driver got a win already, and it's like, where are your guys' wins? And I think they're coming, and I also think that our wins, will be consistent and deeper in the season, and probably mean more at the end in terms of points. So, watch out for us veterans. I think as the season goes along, we'll just get better and better and stay consistent and be there at the end when it matters.
Okay. Slide, are you predicting a win this weekend?
Oof. Uh, I would say just knowing, based on past races with a lot of the guys in the league, there's a lot of ringers in this league for road courses. Not even just among the regular season, or sorry, full-time drivers, but also weekly ringer. I wouldn't put myself in a win this week. Road America is one of my better road courses, but I'm gonna put myself at a top, 3 or 4 this week. Yeah, I think there might be a few guys that I'll be chasing, or guys like Serving Cone. I know he's a really good road course ringer, and a couple of others, my teammate included. So, I think it's going to be a battle. But if I were to look at the schedule and just take a shot in the dark and say, where would that win come? If not at Richmond, it's Dover. I think Richmond or Dover's got to be one of them. And I think if I don't win, it's going to be a hot one. I think those are really two of our better tracks. So, but yeah, I'm gonna say Richmond right now. We'll go with that.
Gotcha. So we asked this question last week, Slide, if you remember when you were in the booth. Hot one. If it comes down to it for a win or the championship, are you fencing your teammate to win the race or the championship?
See, fencing's a crazy term. I definitely, I couldn't say anything. I have to be in the moment. I wouldn't let him get it though. I definitely run him hard for it. I couldn't tell you if I'd fence him or not.
Yeah, gotcha.
The Inferno just turned up the drama. The question last week was, would you move your teammate? Inferno's saying, would you fence your teammate?
Yeah, fence is a pretty strong word, but
well, I got fence in Days of Thunder, so
you probably deserve it.
All right, Slide. All right, Slide.
You don't have to do it.
So, but no, if it's like Bristol, right? And I think.
Let's say it's Phoenix,
it comes down to
that's the championship one. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, well, so all right, it's Phoenix, right? And you're going into that last corner, and if you go in there lower than the other guy, and y'all both have a 10-second lead over the rest of the pack. Hot one, if you go into that corner, are you lifting or are you putting Slide in the wall and nursing it to the finish line? Because you're most likely wrecking too, but you're winning the race and the championship.
I mean, I'm kind of giving away my strategy if it comes to that, but I definitely try to pass him clean. I'm gonna be really honest with you. I don't see myself. I don't see myself putting anybody in the wall. I'm gonna be honest.
I gotcha. So we're just trying to add some drama to the broadcast.
You never know.
That's pretty much it.
You never know.
How about you? Slide without question, or?
Wow. See how well he knows me? Without question, just take out your teammate. No,
I'm scared.
I would say no. I would say not for a win, for sure. I would say the only circumstance where it even be considerable is, let's say I don't win the whole season and it's like the last race and I have a shot at it. That's a pretty bad situation. But honestly, I shouldn't even do it at that point, because if I can't win in 15 or 14 races at that point, I don't deserve a win anyway. So probably not even then. But a championship's a different story. If we're going into the last, let's say we're tied or something in points, and we're coming out of turn 3 and 4 up onto that banking there, and we're nose to nose. I would bring him to the wall. Now, would I just like absolutely slam him to the fence? No. Would I do what Ryan Sieg did and run him up to the fence where he's brushing it? Yeah, of course, for a championship. But would I absolutely annihilate him? No. But if there was grass at Phoenix, would I run him down to the grass? Sure. Would I bang doors with him? Sure. Why not?
So you would do what Larson did to Busher in a heartbeat?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Now, would I do what
Okay.
Newman did to Larson at Phoenix? Probably not.
Hey, listen, I'm still hurting on that one, alright? It might
Yeah.
have been for 11th, but that still hurt.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan. You saw it last week. I'm a huge fan of rubbing doors and trading paint and bumping and move a guy up a lane. That's fine. My cardinal rule is, unless it's a championship on the last lap, don't put somebody in the wall. That's been the
Gotcha.
rule that I've followed my whole career. And
Just remember that on Wednesday.
yeah, right. I mean, if I put somebody in the wall, it's 99.9 accidental. There's been very, very rare occurrences where it's happened, and in my eyes, it's very warranted. But yeah, no, I think trading a little paint, nothing wrong with that.
Gotcha. Well, we are out of time tonight. I just want to thank both of you for showing up and talking, shooting the breeze with us.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks
We'll
for having
see
me.
y'all at Road America at 7:30 on Saturday. Until then, this is Inferno Speed signing off. Everyone have a great night.